Well, we are here again, Season 1, Episode 5 of the Halo series, titled Reckoning. Now, you might have seen some praise of this episode, and that's because, spoilers, there is a huge fight at the end. I have thoughts on the fights, I have opinions on the fights, didn't hate it, didn't love it. Well, it was okay, it was fine. Kinda what the show should have been all along. But first, before we get there, we have to go through what else happened in the episode that led to our climactic last third, maybe fourth of the episode. So, we start on Uranus 2, which I have taken to call Uranus 2. We see younger Halsey and younger race swap Jacob Keyes they're given a tour by this lady of a planet of Uranus 2 before the plague. That wiped everybody out. It's a bunch of kids and everything. And then little pedo Halsey sees baby John save this kid off this rope bridge. And she looks at that child like she's gonna eat his flesh. Really creepy. More Chomo Halsey vibes. Ew. Stop it, show. Get some frickin' help. Alright, modern day. Whatever. UNSC has now landed on Uranus 2, made a little like a dig site, I guess, around the artifact. And Race Swap Jacob Keyes tells Race Swap Miranda Keyes that he wants her to investigate the artifact alongside Halsey, or kind of, I guess, in competition with Halsey. Halsey tells Chief he needs to stay away from the artifact because it's more powerful. Cortana tells him the same thing, that it's, twice the size, or, more, it's bigger, so it's probably more powerful. Basically, Halsey tells Chief to fuck off. Alright. Intro. Woo. And now all of our favorite plotline in this show, Madrigal. We're with Madrigal with fucking wood chipper arm and fucked up haircut. Super duper. Soren, wood chipper arm, handcuffs, fucked up haircut, to their dirt bike and plays with his revolver. Revolver. I bitched about Glocks and AKs in the 26th century. Fuck it, revolvers. Maybe he's a collector, we don't know. Anyway, cut back to Uranus 2. Riz is briefing the group of Marines, the plan to get the artifact into, the Pelican, to get the fuck out of there. An evac operation. And Kai and Vanek are on the side, having a little sidebar. Kai's saying, do you ever wonder why, this and that happens? He's like, no. He's like, you ever wonder why the Covenant want to kill us? He's like, because they want to kill us like we want to kill them. She's like, do you ever wonder why you don't wonder? He's like, I'm wondering if that gun grease got into your head and making you ask dumbass questions. And the only thing that bugged me, the dialogue was kind of, look, the Vanek guy seems like a nice dude, but I don't know if that actor's quite pulling it off. Bless him. He is trying. All the actors are trying in this show. Nobody's really phoning it in, I don't think. They're all actually giving it a shot. But he's they're having this exchange, and Vanek just twitching. His eye, the one eye is fucking twitching over and over. And look, if that's a thing, like a thing he can't control, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying it was weird. That's what I was looking at. Yeah. Anyway, Riz walks out. She throws up a drone to get recon of the area. A fucking drone. You have just traveled through slip space, hyperspace, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You've traveled through it, and you use a drone to get imaging of the area. There's a fucking ship that you flew in on up there already. We see it later in the episode. Satellite imaging? Dude, I could fucking lean out the window and take pictures on my phone and text it to you, and it'll be better than what you got. Okay? God, the technological inaccuracy, not inaccuracies, but inconsistencies in this show drive me up a wall. Like a drone. You have satellites roaming in the universe. Fuck it. Kai, where Chief is looking down, he sees the Spartans come out. Kai has her pink hair, puts her helmet on. Chief is like, oh shit, what the fuck? He dawdles over there, says, you're with me, and they dawdle, 5 feet away. And he's like, take off your helmet. And I was like, oh fuck, already? Chief takes off his, she takes off hers, and he's like, when did you remove your pellet? It's like, what? Straight there. You went straight to the pellet removal. You, sir, should say fuck this whole Spartan thing, go back to Earth, move to Gotham, put on a fucking bat suit, start fighting crime because you're one hell of a fucking detective. Okay? I mean, maybe she slipped and fell, maybe it's Covenant blood. Maybe she's just a badass, she's got some Covenant blood in her hair. Nah, he immediately knew, because the plot needed them to push this forward. He immediately knew she removed her pellet. Anyway, she was like, oh, I removed it just after I saw you do it. He's like, you're not combat ready. And basically, Chief's a fucking hypocrite here. Cortana kind of calls him out. He's like, hey, dude, homie, hey, whoa, pause. You have done the same shit, and now you're checking other people on it? Get fucked. Anyway, I'm just trying to speed through this so we can get to the fight. Yeah, Chief knows she removed her pellet. Chief grounds her, saying, you know, you can't go to combat because you're not ready. Cortana's like, nah, fuck that, you go, girl. Quan throws a fit and breaks the handcuffs with a rock. Alright, Chief confronts race swap Jacob Keyes, and Keyes knows something. You know, Chief's like, hey man, I knew Halsey was in my house when I was a youngin', what the fuck? And, you know, Keyes is like, I don't know, Chief. He acts like he doesn't know anything, but he clearly knows something. And, you know, Keyes is like, I'm your friend, you know what I mean? What are your problems are my problems, we ride or die, baby. But he knows some shit. Parangosky hails him on a little satellite call, and Halsey swears she has Chief under control. Jacob and Halsey talk, say Miranda's gonna get taken off the project. Then the little weasel doctor, don't know his name, don't care, weasel looking doctor blows up the rocks, or blows up all the rocks surrounding the artifact. Oh damn. Doing that, cuts to the Blessed One. She's on Madrigal scanning the other area. Cuts to her, she creams her pants. And now she knows where it is. Boom. She's fucking hell of a bloodhound. Jacob tells Race Swap Miranda Keyes to fuck off from the project. Very much tension. Hey, don't put your parents in your fucking chain of command. Parents, kids, whatever, wives, they shouldn't be in your immediate chain of command. Probably not a good idea. Chief asks Cortana about his adoption. She says there's no record of his adoption or other Spartans. There's no record of the Spartan program. Chief's like, the fuck? So he runs in there, boops the artifact snoot, and sees Halsey kidnapping him. And like in the actual lore, replacing him with a clone, I'm guessing, that probably dies a few months, years later. Chief's like, bitch, which is fucked up. We all know this. We all know this part. It's fucked up. Okay. Chief gets pissed, tries to fucking Donkey Kong punch her. Super awkward jump. Okay, I'm not sure what the fuck that was, choreography department, but that was fucking weird. You know, instead of running at her, he just like, ah. Sure, why not? Why the fuck not? But Cortana shuts the lights off. Nothing. Quan knocks out Soren. Who gives a fuck? Okay. Now here is where the action starts to go, and the episode actually kind of picks up a bit. It almost had me enjoying it. Almost close. It started to. Cortana, did the line, slip space rupture detected. It's like, ooh, I know that. And like, so that's small stuff because it is Cortana's actual voice. It is the actual voice actor. So when she says stuff like that, it gets me. But the fucking show writers and shit know that, damn it. It gets me. So Cortana says slip space rupture detected. And Chief's like, oh, we got incoming. The Covenant attack and, the Marines and everything prepare the artifact for evacuation. Chief Silver Team fucking haul ass and clearing a path for the Warthog carrying the artifact. Why not do it yourself, or why not use other vehicles to escort the Warthog? I'm not sure. Okay, sure. You have a pistol. That motherfucker has a giant Gatling gun on it. But that's just me. I'm gonna take the huge firearm that you have already wiped out multiple elites with. But at this point, it's just the Banshees. They're just Banshees flying around everywhere. There's a small Covenant little attack force. I'll get to them in a second. Yeah, the Covenant infantry drop in, and we finally get to see our grunts and jackals and stuff. And at first I was like, hey, but then I thought about it and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Now you send grunts and jackals, but the smaller artifact, you sent a fucking strike team of elites. But nah, that was the big ass artifact. Fuck it, it'll be fine. We're gonna send just grunts and jackals at them. They'll be fine. Fuck it. It'll work out just fine. Okay? It immediately took me out of it the second that popped into my head. It just doesn't make sense. Why would you send a group of 20 of your elite, no pun intended, elite fighters to a small artifact site just to when you go after the big artifact, you have your cannon fodder troops? And the Jackals have energy swords, like all of them. Did I miss something in Halo? I wanted to see the little beam rifles and the Covenant carbines. That's what I wanted to see. That would have been exciting. But no, they have shields and swords. Anyway, Chief's running around, bodying motherfuckers. Cortana, this was actually kind of a clever little thing that I didn't mind. Okay, because this was like a nod to the games, and this is like one of the only lines I didn't mind at all. Cortana tells Chief, I think he runs dry on a gun or runs out of ammo, and she says, switch to secondary, and he says, I know how the game is played. I was like, ha, that's funny. Good job. Because if you're going to adapt a video game as a TV show, you kind of need to put those type of lines in there. But for me now, they just feel so played. They feel hammered in because the rest of the dialogue is not good. I won't say the rest. The majority of the other dialogue is not good. But here in this fight scene, like I said, we did see some cool stuff. Some stuff I actually enjoyed, some stuff I really didn't enjoy. Now that we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the fight scene, the meat and potatoes of the episode, really. So the guy gunning, you in the gunner position of the Warthog, we get to see a pink mist. He gets a bunch of needlers in his chest, and he, boom, blows up. I was like, fucking cool. And then the grunt jumps in the driver's seat of the Warthog. Chief jumps up on there, says, mind if I drive? Fucking blows the grunt's fucking head off, kicks him out. Sweet. And then now the Spartans are in the Warthog carrying the artifact. They're carrying it to the little evac point to Race Swap Miranda Key's ship. Her ship gets blown up though. Oh no. Fucking A. So, more Covenant drops with Jackals with their energy swords and their shields. I just don't like the Jackals with the energy swords. It just feels kind of weird to me. Like, maybe it's because I'm so used to the games and I haven't really seen that. I'm so used to seeing them with their Needlers or the Covenant carbine or the beam rifle. It's just kind of weird to me. But anyway, Kai is there with the Marines on the bottom side of the hill, fighting them, and her emotions get in the way because her pellets are moved, and she gets super distracted about all the death going around her, and she gets fucking bodied by grunts and jackals. Damn it, show! Damn it, show! You were this close. This close to having an intriguing character. Didn't know shit about her. She was doing shit without any explanation why. But she was that fucking close. That close. So close. And now I don't care because now I will only see her as someone who is too emotional. Lets her emotions get in the way. She won't be an effective fighter. Now you've showed us that she's not going to be an effective fighter. Which is stupid because she's a fucking Spartan on Master Chief's fire team. But I digress. So Chief sees, Kai getting her shit kicked in, and he defies, Halsey tells him to, stay on mission, blah, blah, blah. Chief's like, I can't let her die. So he jumps on a Banshee, and this is the part in the episode where I was like, yes, fuck, he's gonna rip the top of that motherfucker open, kick out the elite that's in there, and fly the Banshee. Close, but no, that's not what happened. So he jumps on the Banshee, and instead of hijacking it like I described, like he would in the games, which would be fucking sick, he grabs the fucking wings of it, breaks them, and steers it like a fucking hang glider. I'm swearing a lot now because I'm annoyed. He glides it like a hang glider. Look. I get it, you don't want to be exactly like the video game. But give us something, please. Something. Give Halo fans something, please. Because it would have been so cool to watch him rip open the top of that sucker, boot that damn elite out, jump in there, and now you could actually have a first, POV shot of what the inside of a Banshee looks like and him figuring out how to fly it. But no, just fucking Legend of Zelda that bitch and just used it like a hang glider. Alright then. Anyway, Chief glides his, hang glider into the into the Covenant dropship, And another missed opportunity. Another missed opportunity. Because when he drops it and he crashes through the ship, the Covenant dropship, you know, there's a scene where he stands up and he like cracks his neck and everything. It's like, oh yeah, fucking badass. But they're like, he missed an opportunity because there's no shield noise. Like, Kai just got shot a bunch of times with plasma weapons. Her shields are fucked. You just crashed a ship into another ship hanging on the outside of said first ship that crashed, and nothing? It would have been much cooler to like him rising out of the flames and all you hear is like that doo 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 doo. His shields, you know, recharge while the Covenant focus him. He cracks his neck and then he does what he does, which is solo that whole raiding party. Chief solos everybody. But it's just this, I mean, the small little detail that could have made that whole scene just, I mean, way cooler. It's just, it's kind of inconsistent on how their shields are working. Because he just crashed a ship through a ship hanging onto it, and no shield damage, nothing. He even cut into his HUD and he had full shields up there on the top. Yeah, well. And then we finally see an elite, this whole raiding party, that they sent just grunts and jackals and cannon fodder at him. Now we see an elite, he's just fucking shit-kicking Kai, and she's laying on the ground just fucking taking it. He's just kicking her, and then Chief goes over there and fucking starts hitting him and hitting him and hitting him, fucking fight clubs his ass. Just won't stop hitting him. Like, and he just beat, but Kai's like, no, Chief, stop it. Yeah. And then we get a brute. Oh, what? Fucking, woo. We got brutes now. I wonder if they're gonna take over the Sangheili's in the spot of the, they're not gonna follow lore. I'm not even gonna go into that. So yeah, we got a brute. He fucking, bloop, smacks him with his gravity hammer. Chief's like, oh no. Falls back. We get the line, you know, Cortana, I'm gonna need a weapon, which they added the Cortana part, but I was like, oh, he's like, I need a weapon. I was like, yay! I know that line. Yeah. Hey, yeah, and then, you know, the brute grabs the artifact, they shoot him up. They're gone. And then the Blessed One gets dropped in, and she acts like the victim of the Covenant. Chief's like, ooh. And that's where the episode ends. So, yes, not a lot happened. I guess it's kind of one of those episodes again where it felt like a lot happened, but I feel like not a lot happened at the same time. Got a fight scene at the end that I kind of picked apart. I didn't like that all that much. I didn't hate it, just didn't love it. You know, I thought it was meh. It was fine. There was parts that felt like Halo, parts that did not feel like Halo at all. We didn't get any booty cheeks this episode, so I'm kind of disappointed. After the consistent shedding of clothes we've been getting in this series, thought I was going to see some penis or at least some titties on this episode, but I guess not so much. You know, the Marines feel really weak. I don't love that. Like, I mean, obviously they're not as strong as Spartans, but they never felt like to me they were just cannon fodder in the video games. Like, they would get some kills and stuff. And their raiding party, that really took me out of the whole fight scene when I noticed the raiding party was a bunch of grunts and jackals, really. And this is the more important artifact because the humans have one, you don't. So you would really want to get your hands on this one to at least level the playing field. And you just send grunts and jackals. But, you know, all in all, you know, this is one of the only episodes I've watched that didn't make me ill. It didn't make me angry. So, dibs on that, you know. Not sure where this series is going to go. I'm going to keep watching it, keep reviewing it. Keep really hoping it turns around. I really want to like this, but I've seen nothing to get me going so far. But it's unfortunate, but that's what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening this long. Hope you like what you heard. If you didn't, thank you for listening this long. So, we will talk to you later.